Hi, welcome to Everyday Extraordinary Women. In this week's video, we're going to meet Lisa Gold, an acting career coach who's helped probably tens of thousands of actors move forward in their careers. So grab a cup of tea and join us. Hi everyone, welcome to Everyday Extraordinary Women, and I'm so excited you're joining us. I have my friend and career coach and extraordinary person all together, Lisa Gold, here with us today. I would love to hear how your journey into becoming an acting career coach started.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm an actress, primarily a singer. And I knew from very early childhood, like my first memory is I wanted to entertain. Where the career coaching came in was after somewhere along the line also discovering this business person side of me. And I was like, wow, if I just turned some of this knowledge into a language that artists and actors could understand, I could help. I had the opportunity to buy a little mom and pop shop company called Actors Connection in New York. And loved every minute of it. And then I went to lunch with an actor friend of mine who had just read a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he highly recommended it, and I went out and I bought the book. And then, like a lot of books that I love, sat on my shelf for a couple of years. And then one day I was flying to LA and I said, well, let me take that book with me and I'll read it on the plane. And I started to read it on the plane and I got really excited because it's really business for people who don't have a business head.
Right.
Or you know, and I didn't think I did because I'm a creative and an actress. I went, aha, I'm doing this stuff. And I didn't even know I was doing it. So I was doing it unconsciously, but now that I knew I could do it purposefully, that's when I went, oh my goodness, if I could bring some of the distinctions I'm learning here to other creatives and let them know it's something called show business.
Yeah.
And then, you know, fast forward a few years, more education just kind of transformed into the next expanded thing, which is act outside the box.
Act outside the box. Okay, and you started that in 2009.
2009, yeah, that was my first, what I'll say, fully produced seminar out of my own creation. I had a big launch party.
You love the parties.
Well, what's funny is I just was going to do one party as a launch party to launch a new business and have a bunch of my friends come, and all my casting director friends came, and my agent friends came, and my actor friends came, and everybody had such a good time, and it was such an amazing experience that I was like, I want to do this again next month. So I did. And then the following month, and then that turned into literally 4 years of monthly industry networking parties.
So you've been in LA probably about 3 years or longer?
Gosh,
what made you move to
4.
LA?
Well, you know, honestly, I lived in LA before I moved to New York.
Oh.
And so I'm a warm weather girl. Also, you know, I was there for 16 years and the fast pace just didn't match my vibe anymore. And it was time for me to come home, so to speak. Yeah. So the deal is this: act outside the box. The act has always been action. Not necessarily for acting. You know the expression, think outside the box, right? Yeah. It's not enough to just think about it. Although positive thinking and forward thinking speeds the process along. But it's action. Yeah. Real world action creates real world results. If you really, really want something, but either you don't believe that you can get it, you're never going to get it. You know, you've got to be feeling good on your way to it instead of going, oh, I want that thing over there, like an agent or an acting career or a big pile of money or a boyfriend. So I created this thing called the Golden Circle and love the people that play in it, the education that's provided there. There's lots of videos and audios. And
they're really good.
You were in, that's right. You were one of my earlier Golden Circle members. And I love seeing people then leave the Golden Circle who then take what they learned and actually apply it. I mean, look at what you've created here. This is pretty damn amazing. So I went into my Golden Circle and I said, wow, it's like the gym where you could do yoga or go swimming or take a sauna or lift weights. Actors are residualed to death. And I'm not talking about the incoming kind of residuals. I'm talking about the out kind of residual payments for your Actors Access yearly, for your LA Casting Online, for your casting networks if you're in another area, for your pictures that have to be updated a lot and frequently, if not, you know, more than once a year. For your acting classes, everything costs an actor money, and then life gets in the way. So you have these payments, whether or not you're actively engaging in them. It's no end to the content that I've created. So my biggest challenge is to go, well, what should I take from here and there, and what order do I put it in? And sometimes it's just so overwhelming that I go, I think I'll watch TV or take a nap. So I do watch how I feel when I'm creating. So I have a timeline. I created it. I can change it. There's no end to anything, and nobody's gonna die if I don't reach my objective on that date.
No, I love what you're saying because, I feel like the popular thing right now, the word choice that I see with a lot of entrepreneur people online is hustle. Because, I know there are moments when we have to hustle, but I love how you're saying, okay, when you hit that moment where you're like, oh, if I just hustle through it, but you're saying, no, maybe I should stop and, breathe and feel how it's going and then jump back in and, go.
Melinda, there's no doubt that I created a lot of stuff by hustling and pushing through and plowing through. But I'm different now. And one of the things I'd like to say to the audience is, especially as a woman, especially as an entrepreneur, is if we don't take care of ourselves first, we have no business taking care of anybody else. Yeah. And we deplete our energy and we deplete our natural human resources. So I've been so much more aware of taking care of that first, taking care of myself first, so that I can be of value and of service to other people. And that is inspired action as opposed to just plain old action. So
what piece of advice would you give to actors who are pursuing a career?
Okay, I love giving this advice.
I knew you would.
Actors don't realize that they're actually a product in a marketplace. And the product they are is actor services. And we have a supply side market. But if you go to buy something, you're going to buy that product for what it does for you. Most actors spend so much time talking about what they want. I want a series regular role. I want an agent. I want this for myself. I want that for myself. And you know what? The rest of the industry could give a rat's ass because that's not what they're interested in. What they're interested in is, what does your product do for my production? What does your acting services provide for my commercial? So this is my biggest piece of advice. Stop talking about and thinking about what you want. Instead, start thinking about and talking about what you provide. You show up on time, you speak 5 languages, you can ride a unicycle, you're a really excellent cold reader, you have this amount of background and experience in a particular style of role. But right now, I know everybody's stressed out about their online social. No. Get your submission platforms ready. If you really want a representative, make sure those are tricked out. It's a gut check. This industry is so fast. Nobody is going through your stuff with a fine-tooth comb. So you have to have it speak for you very quickly.
What advice would you give to women who are entrepreneurial minded like yourself and want to start something new?
Research. Research. We all have great ideas. Sometimes we think, oh, but I've had that idea, but it's already been done. Go do the research on what that is, and maybe you can do a spin on it, a variation. By the way, nobody can deliver it like whatever it is that you want to deliver like you can. Did that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. And then also look, and if it's never been done before, research who would buy that, who would be interested in that, who's your target market. There's so much pre-planning that you need to do before you just put it all out there. That's one of the things that I'm going to circle back to the creative community is a lot of people will create content. They'll write a book, they'll put a webisode together, they'll do all this stuff, and they'll have so much fun because creation is fun. And then it'll sit there and they go, now how do I get anybody to look at it? They didn't do their research. Who's your audience? How do you reach them? How do you communicate what you have to offer? Not what you want, but what you offer that makes it seem so valuable to the person reading your brochure or your online profile that it's just an immediate yes. So that's all done through research.
That's it.
I want to talk some more. No, I'm out of time. Oh, I have to go.
Don't be afraid to reach.
Lots of ways to reach me.
And I'll have all that information below in the description.
It's right here.
Exactly. Thank you so much for joining us on this week's episode of Everyday Extraordinary Women. I hope that you were inspired and empowered by this extraordinary woman. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel, and let me know in the comments any suggestions or ideas you would have for questions you'd like me to ask these women, or women maybe you want me to interview. I'd love to hear from you. And I'd like to give a shout out to my sponsor, Inca Tea. Their website's going to be in the description so you can have the same tea with us. Bye!